I want to blast a business like you. But I didn't actually get the service. So
You're
I don't know
just
what to
like
do.
Rolls Royce. They still will not just give me a car.
Well, it's not even necessarily like to get a free thing. It's literally just to be like, hey, fuck these guys. But I don't. It's a pretty popular place on 6th Street, that Camino place.
Casino El Camino.
Yeah.
Did you have a bad experience there?
Man, I had one of the worst experiences of my life. It's so funny that we were just talking about. I know we always talk about customer service. What up, Kev?
Yeah.
But like the fact that like I just had like one of the worst experience. Like that kind of thing where you get like shaking mad,
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, I don't deserve this.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
just like it's not just like in that middle realm of like, okay, you're like, no, I'm actually, because I think you and me can be passive sometimes.
it wasn't like, oh, he's having a bad day. Oh, they're busy. It was, yeah.
Yeah,
I would give I'm a benefit of the doubt giver.
yeah, because you and me too. We grew up very go along to get along, or something like that. I forget the exact word I've always used, but like I think when it comes to shit like that, we have a longer fuse than most. But then it's when you finally get us to that point. I mean, it could be
Brother.
it could be Hiroshima. The things I want to do to you.
It was crazy. No, literally. Do you want to know some of the things I wrote down? So I'll tell you some of the things that
No, I
I
actually
wanted to
want to
do to
talk
this
about
guy.
the Oscars again. So Sinners.
I don't think we really got into it. I mean, like best musical, really? I mean, but there was I went in.
You
I,
telling me
I
they were throwing ass back in the 20s? Go on,
brother,
Pat.
brother, I have heard nothing but good things about this place. I've heard so many nice things about this burger. I had some time to kill after a recording before pet sitting, and I was
Yeah.
like, let me go try one of these fucking burgers. Like
I
these.
as well. The word on the street is Casino El Camino. Dude, even in my grilled cheese bad review, someone was like, "Yo, Casino El Camino." Like
Yeah,
they just want to get you to something good. And I've also personally never heard a bad word about Casino El Camino.
get ready.
Get
Because like
ready to hear that bad word.
that burger may be the most amazing burger, but I'll never know
For
because
some.
brother, went in, and first of all, like, there's a sign that says no outside food or beverage, and I had a.
What if the sign said no pats and that's really
It
what was
might,
the
it
core?
might have. I might have missed it. There might
That
have
was
been one.
like that was the core of your bad experience.
I just missed that sign. But I was. God damn it! He's chewing on my goddamn headphones, dickhead.
Now Stanley's gonna do a podcast to be like, yeah, it's some real bad service today on belly rubs.
Uh, he
Go-
gets in these dickhead modes. He's just being a real sourpuss today. But but I go in and there's a sign that says like no outside food or beverage, and that's like that makes sense. But I had a bottle, like an unopened bottle of water in my hand, and I was like, well, I'll put this in my. I'm not gonna drink this here. I'll put it
yeah,
in my bag. So I walk in, and I'm also looking for a sign that says because there's tables and then there's a bar,
yeah,
and I go like, all right, well, let me just find because I don't see a sign that says wait to be seated. And I was like, I don't really want to eat at the bar, but like I don't know if I have an option, whatever. So I was just like, because I don't know if they have service or if I have to go up and order at the bar and pick it up. Like I don't know how the fuck it works here. I've never
yeah,
been here, right?
yeah. I've never been inside, but I completely understand that that's the vibe because every time I walk by, dude, literally, me and Lemaire walked by that during the day after we recorded Panties on Monday, and Lemaire goes, "Oh, I didn't realize this place had windows." And then like everyone working the front door just has the vibe of like, yeah, I'm in a '90s movie and I like heavy metal.
Yeah, like it's like it doesn't seem like bad vibes or anything. It doesn't seem like a shitty place or anything, but it was just a cool like whatever. I just heard good
Yeah.
things. So I go like whatever. I go in and I'm setting my bag down and I'm putting the water in the bag. And the guy's going like, you can't have that. You can't drink that here. And I was like, yeah, I was just putting it in my bag. He wasn't
Like
a
a
dick.
bottle of water.
Yeah, just like a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We
yeah,
go back. You're just holding a Ciroc bottle.
I was like, this either?
You're just setting up a hibachi grill. You're like, guys, come. I'll also pay for food.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. I want your food too.
Just like, what? You guys are so gay
And
here.
I'm like, ding, I ding a bell. I'm serving other people.
You're working in the back. You're like, no, it's my ground beef. God,
I brought it.
Like, God, Casino Elka Hitler.
I didn't get it from outside. I brought it from home. It's not outside meat. It's not outside food or drink. It's inside food or drink. Oh
What is this, Casino Elka Dachau? God damn it.
That's a better one.
Well, the owner is Casino Elka Hitler, but
Gaddafi.
the location is Dachau.
So, and that
Okay, so
bartender-
you got a half drank bottle of water you're putting in your bag.
unopened. But I also know like that's the rule. It says right there clearly, and I'm like, I'm putting it away, no problem. He wasn't the problem. That's no big deal. There was a younger bartender that was walking like this way. He was the older guy was going this way. He was going this way. So as I'm
Behind
hey,
the bar.
yeah, I'm like, do I have to sit at the bar or whatever? And because he goes, what can I get you to drink? I was like, actually, I was just here to get something to eat. And he goes, like, and I said, I don't know if I have to sit at the bar or can I sit at one of the tables? Like, I don't know, essentially.
Yeah.
And he just goes, he doesn't say anything to me, and he just points like this. And like, I think he's pointing at an empty table. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I pick up my bag.
Pointing. He's actually just pointing at an EpiPen. He's having an allergic reaction. He can't talk. And you're like, use your words. This is really bad customer service.
So I was like, so he just points, and I was like, well, and really, I don't even think anything of it. I just think that's his answer. I was like, oh yeah, you can just sit right there. Like he's seating me, saying like, go ahead, sit right there. I'll be right over, whatever. But he's pointing like this, so I go to pick up my bag to go sit at the table, and he goes no, and he points at the there's like a on the wall here next to, like on one of the pillars, there's like a thing of menus. But at no point says a word that you can go ahead and sit, have a seat. Nothing like anything else. That doesn't acknowledge any of it. Doesn't say, oh yeah, go ahead, just grab a menu right here.
Yeah.
And literally no effort whatsoever was given. And I'm like, that's weird. Okay. And I was like, oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that I had to sit at one of the table. And I'm going to sit down. And then I look up and I notice, and he's like, and he is giving the shitty, like he smelled the biggest pile of shit look like this, like.
Just like right to your fucking face?
Like just adjacent to my face. Like just like he's not hiding it, but he's also giving a like, oh my God, like the biggest, most exacerbate. Like I fucking insulted him to the utmost degree.
Because
you don't have fucking signage, brother. I'm asking you a question with words. Use your fucking words, dickhead. Menus right here.
Yeah.
No problem. Have a seat at the bar. Can I get you something non-alcoholic to drink? Customer fucking service, because you're gonna expect a tip.
He's just pointing at shit.
I can buy a $22 hamburger anywhere else on 6th Street. I can go anywhere and spend way too much money on tacos.
You're like, I don't hamburgers. You're like, I don't have to get raped in the ass in your particular building, sir.
Brother, I want you, but that look, because even then I was just like, oh, whatever. I'm high. Obviously it's not a thing where it's like there's confusion, and then there's just miscommunication. And
you're standing there like, well, in his defense, I am a high retard, so I will give him the benefit.
Brother,
of the doubt.
I gave you 3 strikes, but on that 3rd strike, especially when it was a nasty one like that, when that fucking face popped out, and you're giving me that fucking, I sat there for a little bit, and I was like, I want to go like, hey, fuck you. But I was just like, no. I was like, that's not going to really do anything. Because that's the thing is like, I don't know why the fuck you're treating me like this. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. This isn't like, oh, you're having a bad day. This is
Yeah.
the only thing I could think of that I wanted to tell him was, please go find as much traffic as possible and
Yeah.
lay down in front of it. Like I wanted to throw him into a row of bikes.
That's
I
why. That's
it
why
was
the
it was
whole.
nuts, brother. Like I instantly wanted to punch the fuck out of this guy because
Oh
of like
yeah.
how much, not even like a lack of customer service, how much of active cocksuckery you're doing
Yeah.
right now. I wanted to fucking strangle that motherfucker.
That's why the whole fucking because like Casino El Camino, from what I've gathered, is like a local what's the term? It's like a local landmark. It's a establishment. It's
Yeah.
it goes way back, and I think through that it's like that turns that shit into like, yeah, what kind of jerks here, but it's fun because everyone, and you're just like, yeah, but like that doesn't, because I think what happens is a place like that turns into their own little oasis of F slurritry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
brother. He was the
and then
biggest
when
F slur. He was the
yeah,
biggest F slur.
it was such an F slur. It sounds like this sounds like a real classic case of F slur itis.
There was not one nice word or nice way to say anything to anybody in
Yeah.
that fucking establishment after that, because I was just like, these are the people you have representing your fucking shithole. It's not a
Yeah.
nice place. It's not a, you know what I mean? It's not like it's the ambiance is awesome. It's like any other place on 6th Street.
Yeah.
It looks like a stupid old wooden place.
No, that's
And
like
you
a
go,
weird.
it's got a lot of character.
It's a weird thing that like bartenders in certain bars developed, where you're like,
Yeah.
no, you don't understand. Me, bad service and me being rude is part of the charm, and it's
Man.
like,
Oh,
it's
I
like
wanted
what?
to kill him.
Yeah, no, that sounds fucking exhausting.
I walked to not another damn chance burger, and I got a fucking cheeseburger, eye contact, human decency, and fries for like $18. Way
Yeah,
better. Always go to not another damn chance burger. Never, ever, ever go to El Camino bullshit fucking burger place, whatever the fuck it's called.
so are you telling
Whatever kitschy name it is, right next to Coyote Ugly. Ugh.
are you telling me right now that on Casino El Camino, it's a fatwa?
Oh man, it's like, I don't want to say that for real, because there actually has been like terrorist attacks on 6th Street. So not officially, but yes, in the matter of in the matter of comedy,
in the joke terms,
for not educational purposes.
okay,
purely
for
entertainment
legal
purposes,
legal reasons, if there's any Muslim extremists watching this, please do not commit a fatwa on
Not
Casino
actually
El Camino. We mean fatwa in the comedic sense.
in the same sense of like OnlyFans girls, and not the same way that you guys think OnlyFans girls should be fatwa'd.
Yeah.
We got a lot of miscommunications here, but it is an absolute fatwa.
In
It
the
is a-
hypothetical sense.
It is a capitalistic fatwa.
Oh man.
I will never spend money there ever again, and I will plead every one of my friends to never ever spend another goddamn cent there.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you about this. So last night, I'm currently, because you know me, I'm in my influencer era. I'm a little bit of a TikTok influencer right now.
Killing it, by the way.
Thank you very much. No, I am.
When they wrong you, you are righted. When I'm wronged, I have to leave before I get in crime, and I'll be on a crime.
Honestly, you should record the Casino El Camino guy, and when he makes a grumpy face, put like smelly signs around him to be like, "Stinky El Camino, Casino El can smell you." No, but I was like, I don't know, man. I've been, because like everyone's getting on board with the whole. So I have like a minor beef with Costco, because
Whoa.
yeah, well,
Then
here's
we
the
beefing, dog. What's up?
exactly, that's the thing, is because like Costco's become like cool. It's become like a shorthand personality for a lot of people. And I'm not gonna say who, but no. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sure. I got these glasses at Costco. So
Really?
yeah.
I did, dude. Actually, Costco does make me laugh. Where I think I was doing like DoorDash or something at Costco, or not DoorDash, the other one, the one that's more groceries.
Sam's Club. Boo.
What?
Sam's Club.
No. The app. I mean, whatever the app
Oh.
is, whatever the other grocery
Instacart.
app, Instacart. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
walk in, and Costco's like, you could buy this 20 grand wedding ring, and I go like, do you guys literally sell everything? I was like, what the fuck? So they like Costco literally does have fucking everything, which I give them props. But I don't know, man. I'm just getting like sick and tired of the whole like so I saw this video last night on my TikTok when I was getting inspiration to influence. And it was like it was the Costco CEO. He was like finally getting on board with the whole like McDonald's CEO trend that everyone's been doing.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there eating the hot dog. He's like, man, that's a good hot dog. And it will never, ever go over $1.50.
Yeah.
And I go like, yeah, it's a hot dog. Like, that's not like it's starting to like hit me. And I go like, that's not that big of a flex.
Also the fact that he goes
like it's so easy to keep a hot dog under $1.50. Like it's the easiest thing to fucking do.
I was thinking the whole time, I was like, that's a huge hot dog. There's so many nitrates. And he's like definitely in his 60s. 50s or 60s for sure.
They just have a defibrillator waiting for him at the end of that video.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. I will say, I not to mislead, but the CEO's thing is going nuts. It's gotten all the way to Cane's, where like the guy from Cane's, the CEO from Cane's is going like, I like everything. He's like, it's all awesome. He's like, I just don't like the coleslaw. I don't eat coleslaw. Like, that's literally all it is. That's as easy as possible. Like,
I love that.
There's got to be something on the menu that the McDonald's CEO is like, yeah, that's pretty good. But, like, make something like that. Have him eat something that he actually would eat. Because that's McDonald's... the thing is, if he's like, we just needed to have a vegetable, and he's like, I thought coleslaw was, like, it's a southern kind of cool thing, and people like it, so I put it in.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but...
Yeah,
like, that's all it has to be, but it doesn't have to be like, this is the stance we have, this is our menu and I love it. Like, you're just like, okay, you don't have to love it, you just don't have to say you love it, pretend to eat it, and then go like, see,
McDonald's fucked up because they were like, McDonald's at some point stopped being like, yeah, we're just like a little burger spot where your fat ass blue collar guy goes and gets lunch and stuff. And then, dude, it started when they like they started throwing in salads and putting chandeliers in the fucking restaurants, at least where I lived. I remember at a young age where I live, because I was in the burbs, and in the burbs they throw fucking chandeliers in the goddamn restaurants. And like McDonald's. Yeah, dude, they tried to, dude, there was literally a McDonald's by my house where they threw in a fake fireplace and threw up a chandelier and shit like that. Like they tried to be like
crazy.
Yeah, they tried to be like, yo, we're actual food. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's where
we have a piano. See?
That's where all the fucking restaurants go back.
See?
But
that's not diarrhea. We have a chandelier.
No, you can still wear your pajamas in here. Don't worry. You can still wear your
we just duct tape a black tie. It's black tie here, but that just means we have black ties here that paper black ties we can just tape to you.
Yeah.
Or it's like Derek, it's like the crown, like at Burger King.
Derek makes a really good point where he's like, because that is what most of the McDonald's are. Like they have a million kiosks, and it's literally to the point where if you go up to the counter to order, they like look at you weird, and you're like, they're like, Mr.
They're like,
Mr.
What's your order number? And you're like, I haven't got one yet.
Go to the kiosk, senor. Go. Yeah, no, kiosk. Vámonos.
They do this first. They go,
kiosk. They hit you with the El Camino face. They go. But no, my beef and beef mixed with pork and whatever else is in those hot dogs. My beef with. It's just like the Costco thing of like, oh my God. It's so, and you're like, so I posted a TikTok about it because I was like looking up the price of hot dogs and buns and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, if I buy all the stuff from Costco, I'm averaging about 80 to 90 cents a dog. That's what retail is. Now, if you go if you like now, like whatever it costs to Costco is probably like lower to like 50, 60 cents a dog. And so I posted
probably less than that. You gotta
yes,
think less than that,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them 50 to 60 cents just to be fair.
Yeah.
And then I posted that on TikTok, and it's just like, I don't know if I just immediately got to like Costco employee TikTok, and they're just like, you're forgetting labor costs. And I go, yes, you're right. I did forget to include all 8 seconds it takes to make and fucking.
I forgot about this part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about. Huh?
What's that? One? Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's again, they don't have a chandelier. They don't have, it's just like it's trays and clamshells and fucking paper shit. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember they took away relish and people almost rioted. They listened to their customers. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, and then there was a lot of people. They were like, it comes with a drink, right? And I go like, yeah,
Wait,
and like
for $1.50.
That's what people were saying on the internet on my TikTok.
That's right.
I think it. Let's double check that.
You can get a drink, but it's also I think it's usually Pepsi. So
you have to get a Pepsi.
I'm pretty sure they have Pepsi in there. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me. Hey, guys, everybody in the chat, please God, don't quote me on that one. I would look like a real jerk off if this fucking ends up. So we got 2 Googs going on. We need to find out, does it come with one, and is it a Pepsi Cola? I'm pretty sure it's Pepsi.
That's $1.50 well spent. So getting a hot dog and soda at your local Costco will only cost you $1.50 as long as you're a member.
Oh well, yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't even get in, baby girl, without a membership. Shit.
He can't even get. Wait, what's the fucking Chris Brown song?
What is it?
You trying to eat hot dogs outside the club? You can't even get in.
You can't even get in a club.
Costco. Boom, boom, boom.
Hold on. Damn it! I know my fucking. I got my membership card right here. You guys can all go. You can use it.
We can all share it. That's the new Patreon perk. Everyone gets to have Pat's.
I'm sure we all look alike already. So it's not going to be as crazy as me using Colton's ID. It's going to be.
He's just looking at the ID like, yeah.
Did you lose and gain weight?
Yeah. Did you wait? Were you in House of 1,000 Corpses? What the fuck? But yeah, no, because I was like, okay, fair enough. You get a hot dog. You get a hot dog and a soda, which that was always like the thing, by the way, whenever it was like, that's always that, by the way, soda is included in everyone's, I know a little bit extra about this, and it's always a thing that everyone knows where you're like, it's actually the soda where they really get you at the movie theater. And it's like, I don't know, man, everything's $20 at the movie theater. I think it's everything. I think all of the movie theater is where they get you. I think, because like walking inside the movie theater, I'm now just out $50. I think it's the entire movie theater.
Yeah.
not just what?
Get the fuck out of here.
What happened?
As of 2020, this is changing my mind. By the way, now we're enemies. If you got a problem with it, I'm gonna kick your ass.
All right.
As of 2025, Costco food courts have transitioned to serving Coca-Cola products, replacing the previous Pepsi lineup. I also like the Pepsi lineup. I like calling a soda choices a lineup. The Coca-Cola lineup.
Yeah, it's
like
definitely It's like kind of what Kugler was saying, where he's like,
feel like an athlete.
You're you like the Pepsi starting 5?
Yeah. And now. I used to go to Circle K and get all those jokers all at once.
You were there with Circle K. So wait, they switched to what?
As of last year, so I will be renewing my membership once more.
Yeah. But no, it was like it's always interesting what gets people like fucking activated. I've also learned the TikTok. One of the TikTok hacks is you just respond to everything, and then it like tricks the algorithm into thinking it's lots of engagement.
Yeah.
So like I'm just commenting back. People like it comes with it comes with a soda, and I just comment in all caps. I go, it comes with a soda, and then And then
Yeah,
and then
I saw.
someone and then someone was like, "You're forgetting about labor," and I just comment back. I go, "Yeah, all 8 seconds of it, my bad."
Yeah, yeah. It's at this point, it's like you don't even with those hot dogs, you don't have to cook them. You warm them up
Yeah,
and then you put them into fucking bread. And then the bread is usually not the best bun in the world. It's not but it's not the best hot dog.
but it's the
And
hot dog.
and they're not even saying that it's the best hot dog. It's just a good hot dog and a soda for a dollar
Yeah.
fifty. It's a good hot dog. That's a good hot dog. You know what I mean? Like, if you have that, then that's all you need. You don't need to necessarily have to brag about like how long it takes. What?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just the comments of people like breaking down why I'm wrong. It's making me laugh.
Justifying their essentialness.
Well, it's like here's my thing. I will say I went into it a little bit cocky, and then I went into it a little bit cocky, and then after the comments I started to realize, I go like, okay. I was like, best case scenario, they're breaking even. But people are acting like they're like, no, the hot dog is this guy said it's an S tier loss leader, which is basically they take a loss on a product. Like the company takes a loss on a product to get people in the door because they know other people are gonna buy
Yeah.
other shit.
If you impulse buy there, you're going over hundreds of dollars sometimes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's a lot of times where we're like, oh, cool. Do we need a metric ton of Cheetos? And then I go, yeah, and I get them, and they're like, Andy, they gone, baby.
Oh, they're
We,
gonna get them.
me and Dom. This is like your oatmeal cookie thing. We ate them all.
We ate them all.
We ate them all.
But yeah, this guy goes, prep. This is like the math people are hitting me with this fun.
You said prep?
Guy goes, prepping prepping it at a $15 per hour for 3 minutes is an added 75 cents. So $1.85. If you made the whole pack in one go, it would only take 10 minutes or $3. Divided by 8, it's 130, which is still 20 cents cheaper. Oh wait, this guy's on my side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind.
Make them,
Never mind. This guy's brilliant. He's on my side.
yeah, you don't make them individually. If you're telling me that it's going to take you like that 7-Eleven technology is somehow like it's not even like eliminating labor. You still need somebody to take the dog off the fucking roller, and you need somebody to put it on the bun and hand it to a person. As of right now, you are still essential. But as far as labor, you know what I mean?
Like, because if we want to get technical, you open that bag, the dog is ready.
That's what I just said. Yeah, you don't have to cook it. It's done. You can serve it as sushi if you want to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude. They can get paid. If you really want to put up labor costs, you fucking cut that up and turn it into hot dog sushi.
If you actually somehow ship them in a container, like a bucket or something like that, it's
like sex trafficking.
Then yeah. A crate. Yes, exactly. If you had air holes in it, and then somebody could just reach in and grab a dog, as opposed to having to like actually take the time to like take a blade, cut open a package without cutting their finger, and then empty that into something. If they just had a scooper, that's even more time. If you're scooping dogs, now we're talking about the 75-cent dog, probably maybe $1.10. So I'm just saying, it could. What the real flex would be. And maybe even when I would probably get a little concerned is if they actually went, now it's $1.35.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
15 cents, and it's like, wait a minute, now what's going on?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, hey, you know this thing you guys buy because it's like stupid fucking cheap, or like people buy to like try to give themselves a nice little hot treat when they're low on cash and stuff. We will never make the price hot. It's the same thing I feel when like you go to a Mexican spot and it's like, dude, like I did it with Eaton the other day where we went to this one place and it was like a food truck and they had a Michelin star, but you could still get a decent sized taco for like $3. And I go like, wow. And then you remember the ingredients and you're like, dude, even if it's prepared in like a gourmet way, it's like they're never doing anything to get it that expensive. I go, it's still fucking Mexican food at the end of the day. It's still a fucking hot dog. So like this whole $1.50 flex actually drives me crazy.
This is the crazy. You want to talk about crazy, and I'm glad everybody's sitting down right now. I hope everybody's sitting down.
There's
because
no chance.
this
There's
is
no
another
chance our
shocker.
audience is standing up
We're not the standing type.
unless they're walking to their lunch break.
So, so on 6th Street, my favorite place. There was a fucking vendor guy. Not even a cart, by the way. Not even like I think it was like a push cart thing. Like not even like the damn. I'm trying to think of like it's not like street meat. Not like the New York City sabrettes. Like they open the thing and there's like a bottle, the big hot dog water thing, and then they take it out. It was like a little like he made these or something. You know what I mean? Like he made them already, and he's like coming around. He's got like a little. It was that's what it was. Like a hot plate. Like it was like a hot plate on 6th Street, and not even like a cart. And he's just like making dogs on this hot plate, and it was me and Lemaire were walking past him, and it was either Friday or Saturday because it was like crazy, and this is when they were still closing it down too. So like he's making these dogs. This fucking guy, Lemaire was like, "Hey, how much for 2 dogs or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh, they're $10, or I think he said they're $15 a piece."
That's crazy. This is during South by.
No. This was like closer to a year ago, probably.
Oh wait, no, I was there with you. I remember.
Yeah. And
I remember the guy was like
negotiated them down.
Well, that was where Lemaire's haggling. I've definitely experienced it where I go like, "You're making me uncomfortable. Can we just stop?" But then at that time, like I remember Lemaire's haggling. He was like, the guy literally got Lemaire. He's like, "Okay, just shh."
Yeah,
because
I think he talked him down to $3 for $15, which is still outrageous. $5 for a hot dog is crazy, but it's like, for regular hot dogs. Even I'm not even saying these are not like the Costco dogs or anything. They're like just like a pack of hot dogs.
I will say, there's something to me that goes when I hear like if you're on 6th Street and it's the weekend and this dude's because like that's a shitty job. You just stand on 6th Street and you got a giant hot plate and you're ripping dogs. Like I'll give you $5 and not even flinch. You know what I mean?
But the opportunity to tip you even too. Like I'll throw you $10 probably to be like, "Hey man, you're a lifesaver." But like,
hitting me $10. I remember that. Because that was actually a really good dog, and that's literally the day I realized the ketchup yellow mustard combo is goated.
Because and all that stuff. Oh, mama. Oh,
because I think it might have had peppers too, but also a lot of the when you see the hombres on 6th Street and they're ripping dogs because I think they do like the mayo ketchup mustard combo, and then they hit you with like onions and peppers and stuff like that. It's a good dog. It's a good dog, and to the point where like I'll give you $5 for that. But yeah, $10 is.
I can't remember what it was. It was like an astronomical price per dog, and like
no, it was 10. I think it was 10. It might have even been more than 10.
I feel like 15, and then like he was like, "Okay, I'll do 10," and I was like, "No, keep going, brother. You're not hitting double digits with these hot dogs."
Yeah,
brother.
There's a chance.
That's nuts.
Yeah, there's a chance it was like even higher than 10, and then the dude tried to hit you with 10, like it was a good offer, but
that was like the okay, we're walking away moment. Like I'm like, no. Like,
well, I think I remember that moment because I think it was kind of the situation of like, yeah, dude, we're not like hammered girls. Like we're not just gonna like, because I think how that guy's business works is he just like I feel like he doesn't. Well, I feel like he doesn't sell too many dogs until like it hits like 11 or so, and then that's like around 11 is when people start to get like drunk. And you just have people going like, "Oh my god, I need a hot dog."
They smell the onions and the fucking everything cooking, and they're just like, "Oh my god!"
And they just get it. He just gives them a dog, and then he like goes beep boop beep on his little app. They're not even looking at the price; they're just tapping their card on there. And I think that's how that dude, which there is a part of it good for him, but it's like, hey man, we're 3 hefty young men. Not, not a bunch of drunk white women.
We want these hot dogs. Don't get us wrong.
No. We're gonna give you money for the dogs.
But like, brother, you understand that 15. I know it was for sure double digits, and 10 is outrageous. but I feel like I like with how shocked I was like, what? I think
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's keep walking. And like Lemaire was like, no, 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 I got this.
Well, that's like you know what's funny? That reminds me of a thing I tweeted where this guy here, this guy posted this on Twitter and he was like um he
Ooh,
was like,
fast
yeah,
pants.
he's like the fact that you can eat all of this at a Texas Rangers game is crazy. And I got to give it to him. That looks like a good spread. Like I don't even
That
know what
was
those
you have to mortgage your house for that.
Well, that was the joke I made because
Yeah.
it's like I like if someone throws that plate in front of me, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking good. And then it's like, oh, but it's at a baseball game, and it's like, yeah, I don't care how good it is. I was like, yeah, you can get all that for the low price of $700. Like,
Yeah, it
wi-
like my,
without it, like those two drinks are definitely hitting $30.
for sure, yeah.
I think
'Cause,
by the end of the drinks and tacos, you're probably pushing 100, 150. I don't even want to know how much the barbecue sends that to. Like
brother,
you're
the barbecue's 150 in Austin.
yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
you know what
saying.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like if you go to a baseball game, again, you're gonna have a bad time.
See, that's my thing too about like going to shit. Like it's like even if you get a deal on tickets, you're still just like, oh yeah, but they're gonna figure out how to finger my butthole. Like I'm gonna get something that should cost me $3 and it's gonna, like you said, I'm gonna have to mortgage my fucking house.
If so like I have a weird thing where like I definitely justify because you can't bring alcohol in unless you're good at it to a sports game, and then you can't necessarily, and you can pregame, you can tailgate, but then like you still got to keep it up, right? So like if I'll justify spending
It's a
crazy
really
amounts
good
of money.
By the way, it's a good thing to point out. That's the pitfall of tailgating is because you definitely get yourself here, and it's real easy to lose that. So then you're actually because you think like, oh, I'm gonna get real drunk beforehand, save money, but you're like, no, you're putting yourself at a place that if you don't want to take a full snooze in the
Mhm.
stand, you have to keep yourself there,
You
and that's
forget
probably
about
gonna lead to like more money
you for,
than
you
wait, what
forget
is this? I
what.
paid 18 for a White Claw, 30 is for one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, because it's like a thing like a draft or not a draft, but like a just a regular size like IPA or a 16 ounce like just 4 ounces more, not even necessarily like a big motherfucker is like 18 to 20 something bucks because of the difference, and it's whatever. That's fine. What up? There's
what up,
also
Fartwild?
there's just a really interesting thing where it's like I can justify spending that much money, but like when they're like walking up and down the aisles with the beers and they're going like yeah here blah, 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 all this other shit, you know, I feel like now I'm actually kind of getting a deal because it's the same price for the beer. They don't charge you more for those beers, and I don't have to get up out of my seat. I don't have to go wait in line. I don't have to wait, and literally, I'm you know, you feel like hey, they're staff. You should probably tip them too. Same idea, but literally the same idea as the Costco thing. They're going picking it up and they go, "Boop, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing this. They're opening it up. So okay, cool. But like this shit, this like the food and stuff is like crazy. You don't have any other option. You don't have any other choice, and like it's going to get to a point where, at least again, that's the benefit. You're in the ballpark. You're getting to watch a live baseball game, and you get to watch with all this delicious food. But it's gonna cost you like it's gonna cost you
Yeah.
so much fucking money
Well,
to
it's
do any of that stuff, and it's so predatory because the tickets are outrageous, the fucking parking's outrageous, and it's because you don't have any other options, and they fuck you when you could just buy, you know, the same cut of meat, cook it at your house while you're getting ready, doing whatever, watch the game at your house in a nice, comfortable seat where you don't have to fucking worry about any other dickheads around aside from your family.
yeah.
And then you could just fucking enjoy it. Like that's legitimately when you say like going places or doing stuff, it's becoming uh
Like a
more of a
headache.
luxury, or it's becoming more of a like ideal to me and not just, and yeah, maybe it's older age, but it's also the fact of like the experience is like not worth the fucking cost anymore. Like it's
Well,
crazy
no,
to
they've
me.
tricked they've done this thing where, well, it's kind of like what it was kind of representative during South by, where
Mhm.
like just you and me, just normal folk, you know what I mean? Just salt of the earth, normal working man.
Yeah.
We're like walking around just like, yo, who is this fun for? It's such a fucking headache. And even if you're like a normal guy coming to fucking South by because you're like, oh, I'm a real big fan of. Oh, I want to see the Peaky Blinders movie early. Oh, dude, was I telling you about that Peaky Blind? Or no, I think I was telling Mike Eaton that, and I was like, the Peaky, like waiting in line for Peaky Blinders is so funny, because it's just like, dude, it's just gonna be on Netflix, and it's like, well, they're doing a panel, and it's like, yeah, and they're not gonna answer any, like, they're not gonna give you any interesting answer because it's a fucking, they're all actually like real celebrities in that movie, so they're not gonna give you interesting answers. And then I think Mike Eaton was like, well, there's someone there giving you Peaky Blinders type haircuts, and I go like, oh, so you can also just like be a huge fucking douchebag at the same time? Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
Hey.
there's,
Oh, one dumbass, please.
yeah, give me the Cockney fuckhead.
Yeah, give me annoying. Can I get a barber? Do you got the annoying at parties? Do you have that set up yet? No, and then you realize you're like, oh, the only people this is fun for is like, oh, it's the people who are super fucking rich. And then you look at the baseball games, or the picture of that baseball game, and you're like, oh, this is only fun for the super fucking rich. So I think what they're trying to do is like, I don't know if it's like actively what they're trying to do, but it's just what's happening. Where it's just like, it's all this stuff now is becoming the casual shit for the super rich, and they're tricking normal people into thinking this should just be like, this is your special day. And it's
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, like, I remember when I was younger, my cousin Dana had a job at RCN, and she, like, they would constantly get free tickets to Phillies games, and she would like hook us up, dude. It was sick too, because we were like only a couple rows back on the third baseline. It was
Yeah.
so sick. Like maybe 3-4 rows back, sometimes on the first fucking row. It was so awesome. And it was like, no, we would do, and like, I've talked about it before. We didn't grow up poor, but we also didn't grow up rich. We grew up, like I've said before, we grew up comfy and a little wumpy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And but it's like, it's not like, I remember my dad, even at that age, the way my dad would bring up, let's go to the Phillies game, it would be like in a casual sense. It wouldn't be like, all right, this is a big day, we're going to it's like, no, oh shit, we got extra tickets, fuck it, I'm taking you out of school, we're going to see the Phillies today.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't this like, oh, it's gonna be a big fucking day, let's, like when we go to the movie theaters now, if me and Steph go to the movies, we go like, oh, we better make sure it's a movie we really fucking like. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, this shit used to be casual. It used to be casual.
I don't know if it's the same now. I don't know if like maybe like terrorism ruined it or something, but it used to be that you could bring food into baseball games.
That real?
Yeah, like we cuz and you don't like have to hide it or anything. Like you could just bring, like, if you made yourself something or you bought it somewhere else and you brought it in, you could do that. Baseball is one of the most lax of them. But if you do go there, I don't think you can bring like booze. You can't bring alcohol
No,
or
that
drinks, I don't
I
think.
assume not. Yeah.
But like you can bring in like hot dogs and shit like that. And like, which is sick as hell. You can bring in a cooler of hot dogs wrapped in tin foil that you cooked at home,
Yeah.
that you could just fucking eat them all while you're there. And that's
Well,
that's pretty sick. Is the fact that that's crazy. And also like the regular hot dogs at games. I know I have Phillies games. I'm pretty sure there's like one hot dog stand where like they're pretty cheap, or at least like affordable or something like that. It's just like baseball's more laid back, but like hockey, football, any of them, they're all of them alcohol wise, or any of the food sold there is relatively nuts, and
Mike.
it's just gonna be crazy. But like that is great looking food that you are gonna end up spending. So like even if like the shitty versions of those, like there was a barbecue nacho place in the Amalie Arena when we used to go to see Lightning games, and they would have barbecued or smoked meat, and it smelled incredible, and all this other shit. And you get it, and it was just like the regular, the circular little nacho chips that you would get like
Yeah.
at the movie theater or something, in like one of those like paper trays, and they would like sprinkle like some meat on top. That was just like it was good, but you're spending like $17 on it or something, and it's just
Yeah, that
mostly
sucks.
chips, some cheese, and some meat, and you're like, that's how they do it. You're paying $17 for a fucking tray of chips and a little bit of shit on top.
See, and that's the funny part too, is I actually get annoyed when I go, like, it'd be one thing if I was in like a box or whatever, like, we were rich assholes and we got a box and they were bringing up like gourmet food to us, and it's like, dude, when I'm at a fucking game, I want to house dogs. I want to
Yeah.
house burgers. I don't like,
Cans and dogs, baby.
yeah,
Cans and dogs.
I don't even want, like, I judge people. I judge people when they get a plate of nachos sometimes. I go like, you got a whole to do down there. What do you want to,
What do you have a
bib?
table I don't see somewhere? What are you using as their table there,
What do
dickhead?
you got fucking bottle service? You fucking hoity-toity
What,
fuck.
you need a fork and knife over here? What's going on?
No.
Whoa,
Give me.
whoa.
Whoa. No. You give me.
No.
No.
You're just like you're blocking them in the stairs. They're just trying to get to their seat. Like no. No, you explain to me. No,
I'm just doing.
I'll let you buy. I'll let you buy when you
No.
explain to me.
No. Oh. You wait right there. Who do you think you are? It's just a 6-year-old like, where are my parents?
My dad said I could get them. I don't know.
This is a special day for my birthday.
Did you get Dippin' Dots ice cream, you fucking idiot?
You fucking fairy here. Where these wings, you little fairy? We go. I say, make me a burger, and I say, burn it so it doesn't taste good, because that's when I know I'm a man. I eat my food, and it don't taste good for a second, and I go, good, because I got it for cheap.
Good. It's bland. That's how you know it's cheap.
Actually, the cheaper stuff's better. That's what I tell myself, because I've realized over the years I'll never break out of this socioeconomical bracket. So I say, no, the cheap stuff's actually good, and the stuff you pay money for is actually bad. I'm done with my riff.
I think there's a weird thing with canned meat being. It can either be because I've seen people like try to like plus it up a little bit or fucking like try to make it good.
Canned meat, like what?
Like any like if you think about it, like tuna fish is a canned meat. Anything that doesn't spurl, because it's in a can, it's been preserved. So you have Spam. I don't know if that's technically that's meat. You have what else? Fucking, I feel like hash or corned beef. Like you can get canned corned beef. You get any of that stuff like sardines and fish, tuna, any of those things. Like you can either make them super fancy or they're just like canned chicken. Canned chicken is like how I think most places or people make chicken salad. And it's nuts because it's just like Vienna sausages are crazy. I had a crazy obsession with those when I was a kid.
Can you give me 2 seconds to get another coffee?
Yeah. Vienna sausages is exactly what we were just talking about with the hot dogs. You don't have to cook them. You just open them up and have a little snack. Same thing with like sardines. Just canned meat is just more. You're gonna convince yourself that's better than anything else. But when you're at a game and you get any of this shit. Anytime I see somebody with those, you ever seen those beer fountains or not beer fountains, beer walls that they make along the ice, like in a hockey game, they'll like try to stack as many empty beer cans. They do it in other places too with like cups and shit like that. They do the cup snake with all the drinks and shit. I just look at those and I'm like, that's insanely expensive. I can't imagine how much money. I know that there's a certain extent of people that are collecting them, or they're like handing them down, or they're picking them up past that. So they go back. It's the price of that. I don't know. And cup snakes, I think at like those, I think are a lot of times at not hockey games, but college games and stuff like that. And I don't think they serve alcohol at college games. because it's a school. So, but I don't know that for sure. So I don't know if the price is like as nuts. I remember when we went to a Penn State game and we got concessions like chicken fingers and fries were like the kind you would get at the fucking at Walmart. You cook them up in the oven or whatever. They just tasted like fucking not even school food tier, I would say. It didn't even seem like that industrial. It just felt like Tyson's or off-brand, like Great Value brand chicken tendies and fucking fries. It was whatever. But they also weren't charging an astronomical amount. And then like sodas were like $5 or something, and like refillable. So usually with soda they don't give a fuck. Hey Carmela, hey baby girl. But anytime at a professional game and I see the beer mountain, have you ever seen one of those or beer
Where they like
wall?
stack the cups up the or
They're
wait, am I
they're like beer cans, like empty beer cans, and they like stack them all along the whole thing and like block the view. My first thing is like, first of all, I paid to see the goddamn game. Get those fucking cans. I get you're having fun. We're all having fun, but you know what? I paid a lot of money for these seats. Please move your
my
cans.
my favorite one was during when XFL was making a comeback, which damn COVID, because I think XFL was gonna make a real deal comeback, and then COVID, because people were like having fun at the games, because it felt like some like minor league level shit where it was like we're not taking this too seriously, but the guys playing actually are good at this.
Yeah,
You
they're
know what I mean?
either ex-professional or they're
Or there, I think it was like
college.
a
I
lot.
think right.
I think it was like a lot of guys that were good in college but couldn't make the pros, which is like you're still gonna get good football from that.
Yeah,
And
I,
dude, they were doing things where they would take the beer cups and they would create these like beer snakes
the snake. Yeah, yeah,
up
yeah.
and down the stands, and like I remember shit like that was just like it's the kind of shit you see and you just like go, hell yeah, dude. Like it's a thing. It's very similar to like the when we were putting the hats on Sean.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that starts to happen, and then it just builds, and like everyone just locks in on a sick ass thing. And then every time you get a new cup, everyone's a little bit happier. And like you could just tell it was one of those things that it was just like, as it's happening, you're like, fuck yeah. Dunbar saying it was not great football, but it was fun. Fair enough.
I just think it's like I think I see that and I just go like that is like that's like a house almost. The price of that beer snake or that beer fountain or what or why do you keep calling it a fountain? Mountain. That's what I keep wanting to say. Beer mountain that they would make
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm like, that's like a gazillion dollars. And I know that they didn't drink all of them or whatever they're collecting and everything, but I'm just like looking at all of those things. I'm like, all you sold all that. Then I think about how many each one of those, or let's just say like a portion of each one of those was a ticket sold, probably in the same section if that they're making the beer mountain in this section.
Yeah.
I know the average cost of tickets there. Resale is like add a little bit more, obviously. And I'm just like, damn, they make so much fucking money. Why are they still putting so many ads? Now they're putting ads on jerseys and we talked about this before, but when they're putting advertisers on the jersey and the helmet on like on hockey players now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's
I gotta.
I don't like that they're like sneaking it because again, they never take away. They never will
Yeah.
not have it less.
Yeah.
They'll always have. So the same thing with like UFC. Now that people are complaining about the commercials now, that's just because we haven't had commercials.
Yeah.
Like we haven't really had commercials except for other UFC events that are happening. They still had commercials and advertisements, but they were specifically they were considerate. It wasn't just broadcast advertising. Now broadcast advertising is the same fucking Dawn commercial over and over again. You're gonna see, or if they couldn't sell advertising, you're just gonna have this fun music that's like, da, da, ba, 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 boom, boom, boo, doo, boop, and you're just like, wait, did I lose connection? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That is. Dude, I'm so glad you said that.
And
That
they'll
is
never
like
take it back. We'll never have less now. So like
that is the new age of advertising too, where like when if you're watching something on like YouTube TV or no, just YouTube in general with the ads. it's like it's not just the fact that it's a lot of ads. It's like, oh, we're gonna show you this ad for the entirety of this, and you're like, you
Yeah.
can't even give me a second ad. You
Same
just have to
product. Give me an old ad, same product. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me anything else for Dawn dishes. Like,
I know you want me to buy Dawn.
Yeah.
Can you try to get me to buy Dawn in a different way, please?
Any other way, but it's just every once in a while. Careful what you wish for, because every once in a while they'll just go, "Oh, you want that same commercial in Spanish?" And they're just like, "Oh, Dawn dish detergent."
I see. I don't mind that. That I don't know Spanish. That's like a little break. That's a
Yeah,
little
because
break.
then you start.
I pretend it's like
You've seen the regular one so many times. Now you're seeing the Spanish one. You're like, now I'm learning Spanish.
You're like,
okay,
now
so
I'm
when they
learning.
said,
Can
"It's
you
a
show
great
the
deal,"
original? Can you show the original one again so I can compare and contrast and figure out which words are which? Nah, see, I
Please.
use it as a little break. I just take it in like it's a quick little soap opera about soap. Guys. Anyone, please.
He's so good he doesn't even see it coming. Shit.
The Andy Malfrino on PayPal. Please send me some money. I just earned it. But yeah, no, yeah, the ads are fucking crazy. What was the point I was gonna make? Oh yeah, no, because in the context of baseball, like I remember it was so funny because like you just show up to the baseball game and it was like the entire back in the outfield. The whole thing is covered in ads. But I always looked at that, I was like, that's fine. And then if there's like a fucking sign, or if there's like I remember I would always go to Reading Philly games and there would be like a pool in the outfield and it would be like the Miller Lite Fun Pool or something, some shit like that. Whoever the fuck sponsored it. And you're like, that's good. But then there's a thing where you're like, but just like let the game be the game. When you got logos on their shoulder and you're making these dudes who they just got really good at baseball so they could play a game for a living and they're not salesmen. They're not trying to get you onto Cash App and all these different things.
That's my
I still think about
when they have in the commercials. It's like they're not actors. You can just get actors for it. Like you can say like, "Oh my God, Bryce Harper." Just don't go have like, "Oh my God, it's Bryce Harper." Don't give him any lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just let Bryce Harper stand there and just
be gorgeous. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know, man.
I just can't. I hate that we watch a game, and you're like, "Oh wow, what a dramatic shot!" They're trying to get the emotion on his face, and they're like, no, they're getting a shot of the advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Like when they get a specific shot, and you're like, "Oh wow, look, there's a runner on first," and all this stuff. Like advertisers see, like what can we put in the shot that we can sell Again, I don't know. You keep saying Miller. I was going to say Miller Lite too. Like the Cheez-Its.
You could say it.
First base look or whatever, or like the whatever. Once they start sponsoring each thing of like it's the farmers pitcher change. Any of the shit where it's just like, brother, like I hate that it's like they got that far. That we can't do anything about. That's just they're part of their advertising. And it happens a bunch of times in UFC where they're just like, I think it happens during the Ben Askren.
Yeah, that's literally he doesn't finish the word Modelo before Ben Askren. See, I actually enjoy those because this is the Modelo pre-match report or whatever the fuck it was. And then, because that makes me laugh, and I go, "You guys just wasted a bunch of money. Like, who gives a shit?" Like they're like, "Wait, you're telling me Modelo sponsored the stats on this match? Yeah, damn, I gotta get me." It's like, nah, that's funny. I like watching.
Go with my favorite beer, the one that sponsors the stats of my favorite matches.
Yeah, dude, I love watching.
Nobody's buying it because of that. You're right.
Yeah, I love that makes me smile. I go like, "Oh, you just wasted a fuck ton of money, Modelo. You fucking idiots."
It's hilarious to go like you have to say the whatever. I hate when they do it to Bruce Buffer though, because he goes like, Are you, it's time. This fight is brought to you by Disney's and Pixar's Ratatouille 2. Ratatouille, now it's extra gooey. You know, you know what I mean? Like they make him say the whole thing and then the tagline.
Now
And
the
then
man makes the rat cook.
starring The Rock and Jack Black.
Yeah.
Jumanji 4.
This time the rat has a parasite that makes
Now,
him cook.
now the rat
And it's
has a
giving
hat.
him cancer. Ben Askren fighting in the red corner.
Fighting and now like it's just like this brother like stop making when they start the first Paramount one it was so cringy because they made him do 2 intros. He did his normal like they have the thing where they're like here's the intro blah 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 blah
Yeah.
and then they go like and here's Bruce Buffer to say now on Paramount and then did it all this time and then they came back from that and then for the first fight he still had to go and do his whole spiel, but his whole spiel didn't mean anything because we just saw him do a whole big spiel.
Well, I
Like,
think
there's a production isn't thought about anymore. They don't give a fuck about the actual presentation. They give a shit about the advertising.
yeah, well, no, I think I was actually talking about this on a podcast the other day I was doing. And I think it's why people say, I don't know if you've ever heard the term late stage capitalism. There's like a lot of lefties will say we're in late stage capitalism, which I don't know enough to know if that's true, but like I get where they're coming from because we are in the stage where like all the stuff has gotten bought out by corporations and hedge funds and bigger groups, and they're doing that weird shit where like what's it called? Oh yeah, like private equity firms like buy out Red Lobster and they do shit to, just maximize profits and make everything shitty. Like we're kind of in this stage right now with a lot of these like bigger business, like it's a lot of the businesses that we grew up loving are now in the like corporate private equity stage. And it's like, I think what's going on is like, I think we're in like the last 2 episodes of the Netflix limited series. You know how it'll be like a 6-parter and like the first 4, like the first 2 are a little wacky.
First one's the best one where you're like, what the fuck?
It's wacky. You haven't found out that they don't know how to end this properly. Like you're just in heaven.
It's so funny because by the end of it, you're like, it's definitely the guy in the garage.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then you're just like, wait, there's 10 more episodes. You're like, no. Well,
yeah, and then in like the first 2 episodes are the fun ones. The middle 2 is where you get a lot of the information, and then the last 2 is where it's like, okay, so there's actually not been any resolution, and everyone's still just as sad as they ever was, and you find out the criminal justice system is still just the worst. And like, I think that's what's going on. Is we've been watching the same documentary and we're currently in like the last 2 episodes. And I was like, oh, I think we need to like switch documentaries. But the problem is like, these are sometimes like the only documentaries to watch. Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know if there's other documentaries to switch to, especially when it comes to sporting events. You can't like, when it comes to like fast food options, we can always go, because it seems like Raising Cane's still gives a shit about us. It seems like, some of these other places still give a shit about us. But it's like, I don't know what you do. I mean, like music has good alternatives. Like, you can go to small shows and still have a good time and not spend $300 for a ticket. You just like, I think if you go to the smaller band, but I think when it comes to sporting events, I just go like, I don't know, man. I think we just have to. It's that thing where you're like, oh yeah, people just have to not go, and you're like, well, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. That's the thing with sports, with anything, with like, you're not there. Again, you don't have any other option. Like what are you going to go to the other professional football league?
Yeah, well, that's why they get you so locked in on
beer ain't cheaper there, bud.
Well, it's not even too like. Well, it's the same reason. I was realizing this when I got hardcore into Call of Duty, and I was like, I mean, you see it honestly with wrestling and things like that too, where it's like, I just go like, why don't you just watch? I was like, why don't you just like this is what would happen with Call of Duty. A new game would come out, everyone would go, this is the worst Call of Duty they've ever made. and then they would say the previous Call of Duty was a little bit better, and then they would say the Call of Duty before that, they were like, that was the heyday. And it would just be every fucking game. It was just the same cycle that they would do for every single game. And I remember watching that being like, well, why don't you just play a different game? And then I got deep into like Call of Duty, YouTube, and all, and you realize, you go, oh, these guys have been playing this since they were in middle school. You're like, no, this is it's way more than it's way more than just a first person shooter. Like, me and my friends have like played a million sessions on this. I've created memories, and it's like, I don't want to just, I want the game I grew up loving to still fucking rule. And it's like, it's hard for people to bail on that. It's like, it's why people never stop watching WWE. It's why and it's the same thing with fucking sports. You're like, oh no, this is the team I grew up like loving. You don't just pick a new team.
Yeah, I think the what was the first one where I think it was Black Ops or Black Ops 2 where you had a hatchet?
I don't know, but yeah, the hatchet's been a staple for a minute. Yeah,
It was like the first one that was introduced. I remember starting a match. First, like the very first thing I did was take that hatchet and I hucked it as far as I could to the other side of the map, and I got a kill. I remember that.
that's the best. I've wanted that so bad.
Feeling. I wanted to like. It hyped me up so much.
Yeah, that's the greatest.
Like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
It's the best way to start a match, and it was like one of those things where the tomahawk. Yeah, it was Black Ops. Yeah, so it was like one of those like that was like it's so funny when you said memories. I was like, holy shit, I have like so many fun memories of that. Mainly and Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2. Those two things of like, but again, multiplayer, just endless multiplayer over and
but
over.
No, that's what I realized because I didn't grow up playing multiplayer like that it wasn't until like, honestly, like like my late 20s, early 30s. That's when I really started playing video games like that. And I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, most people would fucking rip these games all the time as kids in high school and stuff like that. And like you spend all that time with your friends, playing these games and stuff. And like, because I would always discount that as like, oh, you're just playing video. Like I always associated video games as like a waste of time. And it's like, no, dude, like I realized that when we'd be playing Fortnite, and it'd be like you, me, Dave, Lemaire, whoever. And it's like, it doesn't matter if we win or lose Fortnite. It's like we're hanging out. Yeah. We're having, not in person, but we're hanging out. And I'm like, oh, you got these guys creating in their childhood. They're creating strong core memories while playing Call of Duty. And then, like, I don't know, man. I think a lot of these businesses they're really taking advantage of the fact that people are kind of emotionally stuck there. Like, you see it with wrestling. Like, you're gonna, like, they can, like, WWE can hurt their business, but they can do a lot before people truly wrap it up and go watch something else. They can do a lot.
They have a lot of like good faith with fans, even though they bitch. They still have like it's not necessarily they don't treat them like a where else are you gonna go kind of thing. But like, I mean, I think they know like you'll be back. I mean, at this point, I've observed. Yeah, because Bret Hart went back too. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I can imagine aside from maybe Owen Hart's wife coming back to WWE, but she never.
Yeah, she's not doing that.
So it's like one of those things where like I don't think there's nothing's impossible. When everybody would say like CM Punk is never going to come back, Cody Rhodes is not, even when he's the CEO of AEW. You know what I mean? Like or not CEO, one of the owners, right? Wasn't he one of the people?
CM Punk?
No, sorry, I'm thinking of Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Cody Rhodes, yeah, he started it. I forget exactly. I'm gonna look that up. I forget exactly what he was, but yeah, he was a huge part of starting it.
So like if they like all those two people are now active superstars in WWE. So it's like one of those things where you're like nothing is ever completely impossible. So
well, dude, like Cody Rhodes is such a good example to bring up with like that emotional thing, that emotional attachment I was like talking about,
where I remember when it was like rumored and it was like pretty much understood, but like it was pretty much understood Cody Rhodes was coming to WWE. I think I'm trying to remember exactly the vibe at the time, but it was like you didn't know how, you didn't know which match, you know what I mean? And it's not even, or even if you're like, because I remember it, he was gonna fight Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was like, they never gave him a definitive opponent up until literally the time it was happening at WrestleMania. Yeah. And it's like you even kind of know it's definitely going to be Cody, but it's until that moment when his music hits, you're like, oh, it's real now. And I remember something about that, because it's like, it's why wrestling gets me, because it's like these little, like it happened recently where there's this one character on the show, Oba Femi. He's just a gigantic dude, and he hit. And like when he came out recently, Brock Lesnar was in the ring fucking with someone edited that to fucking the one Timberland song, and it was absolutely fucking perfect. But no, he's like coming out, and it's this like little moment where Brock Lesnar sees him. Brock's supposed to be the baddest dude in the fucking company, and like Brock sees him, and then you see Brock kind of go like, oh shit. And it's like in that little moment, what that just implies, as a wrestling fan, you kind of get like chills where you're like, oh, something crazy is about to happen. And then they let Obafemi hit Brock with a fucking pop-up powerbomb and shit. And the same thing happened with like Cody coming back, and like what that represents from a broader scale hits you like in the fucking soul. And it was like I felt so euphoric that literally the match right after that, Stone Cold Steve Austin is back wrestling for the first time in decades. And I caught myself in the middle of the match. I go, bro, you're watching Stone Cold wrestle for the first time in like 20 years, and you're still Pat McAfee, I think. And really? yeah, it was good. It was good. Okay. McAfee kills it.
Did he fight Kevin Owens? That was in a match, right?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna double check this when I'm done. But no, it's like it was just such a big emotional moment, and like what it represented, that I caught myself halfway through Stone Cold wrestling in, a couple years ago. And I was like, I'm not even paying attention or appreciating this. Because the other thing was, and like, you don't get those unless you're like fucking locked in on the product. And it's like when you have, and I'm not as hardcore as most of the WWE fans that are locked in. So when it's like, that's why when you do stuff like during Money in the Bank, you put a Cash App logo on the briefcase. Like it feels like a slap in the fucking face, man. It's just, and then when you say WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia, it's like, damn, man, I really spent all this time fucking with your shit, and it really doesn't even feel like you give a fuck, which might sound kind of gay, but it is what it is, man.
But yeah, that does suck. I'm trying to find, he didn't wrestle McMahon, but Stone Cold came out and they attempted a stunner on Vince McMahon. That was hilarious. I'm trying to find, I think I have a clip of the like actual stunner. Maybe not. I might not have it still. But it was a pretty bad stunner. Not
yeah, it was ideal. Really bad. You might be right, by the way. It actually might have been Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin Owens.
It was Kevin. You were right. Yeah. You know what? I mixed that up because the one you're talking about, that's when that was right at. There was a time where McAfee fought at WrestleMania, and then Stone Cold came out and then fucked him up. That's what I was thinking of. But you were right. It was Kevin Owens in 2022.
Yeah, that was a real slobber knocker of a match. I don't think I still have it, but the stunner was terrible. Yeah. I don't have it. Like I had it on my feed. It was pretty funny.
It was a smart match to do, a no holds bar, because one, it makes Stone Cold seem a little seem badass. Okay, you can hit a fucking no holds bar at your age, yada yada yada. But also it is beneficial at that age because the no holds bar or like the hardcore matches like that are slow moving. So he doesn't have to go in the ring like a full-time wrestler. And then, honestly, in that match, Kevin Owens can take a lot of the punishment, and Stone Cold doesn't have to, go as fucking hardcore.
I remember he said something about like I just saw a clip. I think he was on. I mean, it was probably a while ago, but the reel just came up in my timeline. Of I think Kevin Owens was on his podcast, Stone Cold's, and he was like but he was saying like what like he beat the shit out like Stone Cold was like stiffing him big time, and then after the match, he's like, how come you never gave me a receipt? And he's like, what am I gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
Power bomb fucking Stone Cold like hasn't wrestled in this long. He's this legend in front of all these people. Like, no, I'm gonna take the mud hole stomping. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things of like I appreciate the fact that you like he was like, no man, we're doing a match, let's go, brother. And like he was like, I don't know, man. Like,
I think about that. I think about that too when like you know the comedian Scott what's Scott's last name? Williams? Gay dude.
Scott. Oh, I don't. Fillmore.
Fillmore, yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Fillmore. Do you remember
gay guy Fillmore Butts?
Fillmore Butts, yes. Thank you.
That'd be so funny if that works. Like next time I see you going like, yeah, you know my friend, and I just see your lips go. Fillmore? Fillmore Butts.
I'm really jealous of him. His on Instagram, he has 9,111 followers. I want 911 followers.
Oh man, he probably does that. He probably even cultivates that.
He just blocks people if it turns into a 12.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know if you ever saw. Did you ever see Scott's Kill Tony?
Mm-mm.
It's actually really funny because like he does his set. Scott's a really funny comic. He does his set, kills it. And then they're doing the interview and they find out that Scott can actually like sing opera. Mm-hmm. Like he has like opera level singing ability and he does that and it's fucking sick. And he's really like, they see how talented he is, all that. And then Post Malone's on the panel and Post Malone was like, yo, that was crazy. He's like, we got to do something together. Ha ha. And they kind of joke about that. And then Scott hits one last operatic thing. And then as he's leaving, Post Malone turns to him and goes, no, seriously, call me. And I just imagine Scott being like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, take my information. Like, how do I get in contact with you, dude? What are you talking about?
I just throw him my phone. Like, you do this, call yourself with my phone, and then we'll be good.
What do I just call 1-800 and it's the operator and I go, Post Malone, please.
Post Malone, please. No. I know him.
No. He's waiting on my call. Let me show you this Kill Tony clip.
That's so funny. That's so fucking crazy. Like what do you want me to do, brother? Like
every time I see that clip, I imagine Scott shaking his hand, smiling, and in his head he just goes, "What are you talking about?"
Do you have a card? Can I is there like a car that I can ride that I can
you have to do all of this.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you have to facilitate this.
Posty, you have to do every single bit of this.
Or even just say can I just say my number right now to you and hope that they bleep, even if they don't bleep it out, just that's the best case scenario is to have everybody have my number instead of you. So that way, if your management needs, they can just come back to this clip and call blah 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 blah. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, man. Let's take my fucking beanie off. How's my hair look today? I can't. It's getting. Actually, the hair looks pretty good today. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that. But I get it. No shade on Post Malone. He's just living his goddamn life. He's just seeing Scott Fillmore butts, and he's going, this guy's amazing. I gotta let him fill my butt. And it's just good stuff, dude. I don't know what else I wanted to talk about today. It's been a lovely, lovely episode. I gotta separate myself from the TikTok shit more because I get it's like I'm learning how to be an influencer over there, and I'm pretty good at it. Dude. I love
Sorry, I'm just checking it again. I love the fucking debate that TikTok needs to because you can do this shit on Twitter where if you wait, I gotta figure it out because you can do this shit on Twitter where if people are like talking too much and you don't want to see it, you can like mute. You can mute the comments and shit. I don't know how to fucking do that on TikTok. That is nice because actually, you know, for the sake of your fucking social media page, it's fun when a post blows up, but then your mentions become like an absolute nightmare because then it's kind of what's happening on my TikTok is you'll see like a notification and then you'll click it and you think some guy's like coming at you and then you realize people are just arguing in your comments and you're like, this is exhausting. And then it'll be really nice because then on fucking Twitter, you can just mute the shit and not have to deal with it. I don't know how you do that on TikTok because I'm gonna have to figure this out if I'm gonna become a big time TikTok influencer, which it's gearing up to be. I am like it is funny too because I think I'm like the right level of stupid where I can hit you like. I think I'm the right level of stupid or I don't even want, you know what? I don't want to call myself stupid. That's not good. That's not productive. I'm the right level of like uninformed mixed with confident that I can hit you with a statement that's like mostly on point, but there's like little things here and there. And I think that was like displayed pretty well with my Costco video. And I think that's a good way to get people talking. That's a good way to get people talking is like to be not completely accurate in your fucking speech. Oh shit, did Boundaries? Oh, let's go. Boundaries put out a new song today. If you guys don't know Boundaries, they're one of the best like metalcore bands right now. They're very good. I'm going to fucking go save that real quick actually. Where is it at? Boundaries. You put out new music. Hell yeah. Skies Cast, Amber Black. God, I love it. If I listen to that and it doesn't make me want to kill myself, it's not a quality Boundary song. Oh yeah, and also This Is Hell. I don't know if you guys know them, but This Is Hell is putting back out music. They were a good like, you know, punk oriented metalcore band back in the day. And yeah, they just randomly dude, that's actually the sick part. There's a lot of bands that I fucked with like in high school that just never got the proper traction that they needed. They just never got the proper traction that they needed. So the band kind of like went away. And then now I think a lot of those bands are now like they have real jobs and they're established. And I think I talked about it before where a lot of these bands can set up, you can sort of follow this, you know, basically you can have a real job and tour for your PTO. Some shit like that. Or a lot of bands are sort of like, you know, it's a work from home situation or they're kind of like their own boss or, you know, some shit like that. Or like, I know a lot of them just straight up have jobs that work with their situation, you know, being in bands and shit like that. So they have that as well. But, yeah, I think a lot of these bands, because I was listening to a podcast, and there's like certain bands in hardcore that are like they're basically like weekend and festival bands. So rather than hitting, you know, how like a band like Haywire is on right now, like Haywire basically I don't think it was kind of funny because they just came out. I got to see them in the very beginning of when they just formed because for the longest time the lead singer of Haywire was in this band called Suburban Scum and they had just started. I went to go see what was it? I think it was at Not So Fun Fest and Not So Fun Fest, Austin, Texas. And Not So Fun Weekend. That's right. Not So Fun Weekend. Not So Fun Weekend. And I want to say it was 2025. Yeah, I want to say it was like 2025 because it had like Haywire and a bunch of dudes on there. And God damn it. Can't find this goddamn. There we go. Not So Fun Weekend. Just pulling the thing up real quick. Was it a whole weekend?
Yeah, Trapped Under Ice, Suburban Scum, Demise, Big Boy, Haywire. Oh, yeah, this was the one. Yeah, it was Queensway, Not So Fun Weekend, 2025, Texas. When was this though? What was the date on this? March. Hell
Wasn't
yeah.
it when you were visiting or when
When Tyler, yeah, I'm just trying to
Tyler was here?
find. It was when Tyler was here. Okay, so it was like March. I'm trying to figure out when Haywire started. Let me ask Grok
Grok.
real
Hey,
quick.
Grok.
Nah, because I was saying about how when did Haywire start as a band? Because I think I think when I saw them at that Not So Fun Fest, I think that was like the like right when they formed. And they were, or they had at least, I think they've been doing the band for like maybe a year or two actually, but not like consistent touring. And I swear, like at that, after that fest, they said in like a month or so, they were like, okay, we're gonna go on a tour. And they kind of haven't stopped touring since last year. They've kind of been like consistently touring for like the last fucking year. Cause I saw a live video of them because they just wrapped up some shows with the Dropkick Murphys, and literally they're doing a tour right now. I think they're going to be here on Friday, actually. Oh, today. I think they're
Today.
here. Yeah, I think they're here today.
With Drain, yeah.
Drain, Secret World, and I always forget. It's the dude. It's the dude from fucking Story So Far. His other band. I always forget what they're called. But yeah, no, they I was saying like there's bands like Haywire that are still doing it where it's like we're just on tour all the time. And then I've learned there's other bands that are kind of like we do festivals and we'll do weekends and shit like that.
No Pressure, Haywire, Secret World.
No Pressure's the band. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was. They're very good, by the way. They're very like they're one of those bands sort of like Koyo, who's pop punk, but they write like it's like a pop punk band writing hardcore songs. But yeah, no, because I was telling them I was looking through some bands that put out some new music today, and this band I liked in high school called This Is Hell. They haven't put out shit since like 2009, 2010, and they just started putting out shit again like at the end of last year. And I think it's this thing where a lot of these bands where they were around during the early 2000s, but whatever ended up happening, they didn't make the band a full-time thing. They all go out, they get regular jobs, they're now well established. And I think you see a lot of these bands being like, hey man, we can take off a week or two here and there. Why don't we do the fucking band again? And then also if we start doing that, we can hit up fucking festivals occasionally, because it's like I'm sure I don't know if they're doing the big ones, but I'm sure on smaller festivals they got room for This Is Hell and shit like that. And it's like, honestly, it's cool to see. It's cool to see that like these dudes, they're like their big time rock star fucking career maybe didn't pan out, but the fact that they still get to fucking crush shows here and there, and like I'm sure a handful of people are going to be excited to fucking see them. That's cool as hell to me.
Yeah, I like. There's a play. Like I like. That's kind of what I like about Real American Freestyle, Karate Combat, Bare Knuckle FC, all these other like things for like these fighters that maybe not even just the ones that are like stars that retire from UFC or other organizations and stuff like that, but like it's kind of the same idea as like the XFL idea of like having a, if you want to say those are the minor leagues or those are like the lower leagues, because like AHL for hockey is like the farm team, but it's also there are plenty of like older players that they also put down there. So, younger player, basically the only difference is the deal that they have. So like a younger player, a rookie, or somebody that's like signed recently is going to have a two-way deal where they get paid they get AHL salary for the AHL games they play, and then they get paid NHL salary for the NHL games. And so like, but the veterans usually get paid a little bit more. So I think in this case, this is them taking less money. You know what I mean? Like it's the same idea probably, but also they know it's going to be a good time. They're going to be exposed to a couple new fans, similar genre, yada yada yada. Speaking of old dogs, new tricks, brother. Have you heard the? Well, I don't know. It's only been out for, you know, almost 12 hours. The Poison the Well album
Oh, I saw they've been putting out singles for a while. Is the album out now?
came out today. So I was up late editing, and I ended up buying it last night and listening to the whole damn thing. It is
Nice.
fucking great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
They're not doing any of the stuff that we talk about, like older bands doing, where it just seems like it's repetitive, like they're just kind of writing. It's AI writing Poison the Well songs, all this other shit.
Yeah.
It's a new good album. It's really good.
No, I'm not surprised to hear that because I've been listening to the tracks coming out and they've been given like a good like variety. Like I want like the first one or two were like really hard hitting Poison the Well songs, and then like the last one felt like a very more traditional like post hardcore almost emo-ish song. So
Yeah.
like in the metalcore realm. So hearing all that variety and shit like that was cool to fucking hear. Because also too sometimes bands you kind of brought it up, but sometimes bands will like still be going, and you're just like, yo, you don't have the fucking you don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have the like oomph behind it where you're like you're not giving a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't like have to do this. And so to hear that like this long in Poison the Well still wants to fucking, get some dicks hard. It's pretty sick.
Well, yeah, like that's the funny thing, because like that. I mean, we just talked about the No Effects thing the other day. Like there's a certain thing where if he doesn't want to do it for 10 or 12 years, but continues to do it for that long, it is because I think there's a level of like, responsibility to the people that work for you. Where I mean, and no offense to Poison the Well, but they don't have like, I don't know if they have the crew and the industry behind them like that NoFX kind of built. It was a thing where they're like, we hire our own crew, we hire our own guys, all this other shit. They had like a whole big thing where I think that like Poison the Well, maybe not having the same level of success as NoFX, lost the love, but for a different reason. You know what I mean? Like there was probably like a lot of things like, well, we lost the love for it, but we still have to do it for another 10 years because we don't have a fucking option. And then like,
Yeah.
it became a thing because they've always been interesting. They've always had something. Everything they put out, I've enjoyed. I just don't understand why. I don't understand the thing of like, we were talking about bands breaking up. Obviously, I think we can assume things, we can make assumptions, we can do all that, but there's still a thing where you're like, why would you stop doing this? You're so, maybe to get re-artistically fulfilled, to get like your life straight, to get sober, any of those things. And those are like always the interesting things that I find that people never ask. Because afterwards, there was a Q&A at the NoFX film thing.
Yeah.
And dude, I am not joking. And it wasn't a joke. They weren't like doing a bit. It was either a stupid, awkward interaction with somebody where they were just like, oh, so like, or literally somebody asking this, not even this level of question, this literal question, Andy. How do you come up with your songs? And she wasn't joking. You're laughing because I was like, I scoffed because I was like, oh, that's a funny bit. But she's just like, oh, that's really cool. Thank you. It was not a bit. They were just honestly, you waited in line for other people to ask questions, and then you got up there and you go, excuse me. By the way, my question, I did come up with a question, but I did not line up, brother. I stood there. I sat there in my chair on the second floor, and I watched a bunch of people line up, and I was like, these are some bad questions. And I felt obligated. And I was like, I gotta come up with a question. And I go like, because it's like it's awkward because they're being courteous. There's like anybody that will answer every question,
Yeah.
anything anyone has. So like, and it's all of that caliber or worse. So like, what's it like to be in a band? Like, I'm currently not in a band. You just watched a 2-hour movie that said I wasn't in a band anymore, and me explaining how it was like to be in a band. It's like, that's like, those are the questions. But I went up and I was like,
that just rules so much. That's just like, I just picture someone goes up, they're like, so, how's it going in the studio, guys? It's like every dog shit interview I watch where they'll be like, so how's tour going? And you're like, I have to lie to you right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, I would never tell you the real answer right now. We're just gonna say it's going good. You stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, you're not gonna. This is not time for genuine. Like, ask a genuine question, you'll get a genuine answer. But if you're just like, so like,
dude,
what would you
that's
say
like
is your favorite instrument to play? Like,
dude, that's like, so like what, like how, so like you play the bass, right? And you're like, yeah. You're like, what's that like? What's that like?
What's that like?
What's that like?
And again, if it's a bit, I go, bravo, I love it, thank you. But none of these were bits, brother.
Dude, that's half the reason I got into. That's literally like partially the reason I got into podcasting is like I wanted to like be in these spaces because I would be younger in high school watching these people, and I don't know why these, like, they have all this access to all these talented people, and they go like, all right, who's the stupidest intern that we have?
Yeah.
And then they're just being like, so do you guys like honey buns or Twinkies better? And you're like, you have these very talented men and women who pour their souls, and then they just get chewed up and spit out by the music machine, and you're just gonna be like, so it's like sleeping in a van. Is that like, does that suck ass? Does that thing that obviously suck ass?
Yeah. It's a yeah. What would you? Is there anything that you? Is there anything that you like about playing music?
Yeah.
You're like it, and they weren't. And I'm not saying this to say to talk shit, but like the banter was shit. It was like watching probably what I would assume the first couple episodes of Kill Tony was like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was
like before they figured the formula out.
It was crazy. Yeah, exactly. It was just like all over the place. But I thought of this question of what was the most surprising thing that you discovered since starting working with NoFX? And it was a question because there was 3 people on stage. It was Fat Mike, it was Karina, who's one of the singers from Dancehall Crashers, and by the way, I almost did a deep cut, try to impress them. But Dancehall Crashers, no joke, has one of my favorite songs on Short Music for Short People. And it's just them explaining how Fat Mike asked them to write a song for the CD and all this other shit. They were like a ska band with 2 broads.
No, I know. Yeah.
So like it was her who's like, she's been singing backup for them since 2004. The director of the fucking documentary, who's obviously spent time with them, did all this other shit, filmed the movie, all this stuff. And I said, this is a question for everybody. And like, got this really insightful answer, got all the stuff. Dude, Fat Mike's thing that he was like, he's like, I'm the curator of the Punk Rock Museum. And he lives in Las Vegas now. And the mayor came to the Punk Rock Museum for a ceremony to basically make it official, like an official museum in Las Vegas or something like that, and had this whole big ceremony. He's like, I think it's crazy that all that happened in the town that we were canceled in. That's, like the one town that we had the biggest issue of our careers in.
Yeah.
Because of the country music thing. Now the mayor is officiating a ceremony with him. They're like in pictures, shaking hands and all this shit. It's just
fun. Well, that's because actually it's so funny. I was thinking about that recently because, again, in my adventures in influencing, I was doing, because like everyone jokes, you got like Nate was joking like, dude, you got to post a video of all your Every Time I Die merch. So I was like, fuck it, let me actually see how much I have. and I was doing one of those like TikTok trends where it's like day one of blah blah blah, and I was just like day one of figuring out how much Every Time I Die merch I have, and that was going good. I was actually noticed I was getting followers from it, and then I happened to be wearing my, and like also too people. It was actually kind of cool because people get a kick out of seeing like older merch, and they're like, oh, and then people were then posting their Every Time I Die merch in the comments. And there was like one,
You accidentally started a community.
well, dude, it was cool because like the one dude posted a shirt that I completely forgot about where it was like this really cheesy like middle finger, and it was like every time I die, and it's it was like, and you're like, oh yeah,
I had that one. I had that shirt.
Yeah, and then like little shit like this starts happening, and you're oh shit, and then I over explained something in one of the videos, and some dude just commented Shinfo, and I was like, I forgot about Shinfo, and it was like I was like, this is actually kind of cool. So I was wearing my actually I got them on right now, the Kublai Khan Real Tree, and I was also wearing the look at these shits. Actually, speaking of merch, shout out to Solemn Gray. They I talked about them on my TikTok, and they sent me a t-shirt, and it's a really nice t-shirt. Thank you guys. They make cool like screamo Thursday type music. But no, I was also wearing the Kublai Khan hoodie from the show we went to together on a date because we're gay. At Christmas Burns Red. And then it's just like I got people in the comments because we've talked about it before. Apparently if you like one post on Instagram that says I'm gonna take the lesser of two evils, I'm gonna vote for Trump, and apparently if you like that post, you're now a literal Nazi. So like I'm literally getting comments on the Kublai Khan video being like, oh, that should come with a white hood, and I just go like, and it was funny. One person I had like a long thought out one, and then the other one I go, hey man, you're a bitch. I was doing the whole range of responding to people, but no, it was just like, it was like pissing me off too. Cause one, it's like, you know, for people who don't know the story, it was this guy, I said it already, where the guy made the post saying he's going to vote for Trump because he thinks he's the lesser of two evils. You know what I mean? I don't like either of them, but I'm going to go with this one. And the lead singer Kublai Khan liked that post. God forbid he has the general opinion of half the fucking country. God for fucking bid. But and also too, you can get deemed a Nazi for hitting like on Instagram, I guess. But I guess that guy that guy had some stuff that apparently counted as like dog whistles. He had like a I'm a blue collar worker guy clothing company, and there were certain things like he had an 88, which is apparently a fucking white nationalist thing, and he had lightning bolts in his thing, and then some of the logos he was using were like also those logos are used in this and that, which we deem bad, which is bad stuff. Which is also too, you know, we've brought up the complaint where it's like, okay, are you guys just because like people pick and choose based off what's cool? Because it's like I'll just show you all of Haywire's merch. I mean, Terror just put out a fucking album cover that has like a giant eagle with its wings straight out, which it's like, so I've learned through that. I go, okay, you guys all pick and choose based off who's cool and who's not cool. But either way, it was just reminding me of the whole thing of like, this is how it's related to the NoFX thing where I don't know exactly what happened, but just like the hall monitor class, I feel like really took over the conversation in like alternative music. Cause it's like, it's not even just that, it's like people are impressively less open-minded where it's just a matter of like, oh, these are the opinions to have. If you don't follow them, if these are the opinions to have, if you don't follow them, you're considered a pariah and shit like that. And, what was the point I was trying to get to? No, it was like I was thinking about with the NoFX thing, and kind of with the Kublai Khan thing. Cause it's like, I got into like punk rock and alternative music because it was a place where, hey, we're actually going to try not to be dumbasses. We're actually going to try to like learn about stuff and have an open mind and not just go, oh, we made an autistic list of things you're supposed to be, and if you don't abide by it in the very specific way we say you have to abide by it, you're fucking out. And it's just like that. And so seeing like a lot of like it's like seeing the people who Fat Mike makes that joke. If people didn't see that, like they were playing a Vegas show. He made a joke being like, all those people got shot, but it's not a big deal because it was a country music festival. Being a little hot dog in the middle of a set, it's a funny joke. It's a funny fucking joke.
The Punk Rocker Fest said,
yes,
hey, country music sucks, but but you guys don't. Like you guys, and also the band that does that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't even like it was Masked Intruder or something like that. Like it wasn't it was Bad Religion that just said like, we make a lot of statements, but you know what? This time we're going to crack a set.
The S&M guy who drinks piss made an off-color joke. Go figure. And but like and then I started realizing because I was looking into, again, because I was getting myself worked up over the Kubla Khan shit, where I go, like, let me see what their argument is. Yeah. And again, like, similar to the Fat Mike thing, it's like, oh, you're basing this off of fucking nothing, and you're basing this off of close to fucking nothing, and you're just refusing to understand the context of the situation. And I go like, God, who does that sound like? It sounds like the exact people me growing up I railed against and why I got into punk rock. Right. So it's like the reason, like the people I hate now feel like they control alternative music right now. But because they're able to disguise themselves under like progressive politics, they get to feel like they're the good person. It's like, sure, you may have what you deem as the right opinions, but the way you go about policing people's behavior, I mean, you might as well join a mega church, dude. For like the way you're behaving, you might as well join a fucking mega church.
Yeah, it's like it was kind of like how I felt about the punching Nazis movement. When it started, the definition was real broad. It was like like you said, you like a post or something like that on this, you're now officially 100% a Nazi, or Ku Klux Klan or whatever it is. Like you should have a white hood, or you should be the Nazi Party or whatever. Now there actually are a lot of Nazi stuff, and there's a lot of Nazi people and all this other things and whatnot. But like, it doesn't actually mean that liking or agreeing with a statement is all of that thing. I mean, it does mean that, but it's never meant that. So the Kubla Khan thing is like, I think the way we watch videos now, this is a weird, like not a pivot, but like a weird observation that I noticed, and it's with shitting on people, especially because I do it. Everybody does it.
That's how we open the episode. Casino Camino, you're on notice.
But it wasn't online. I said it with my mouth. You know what I mean? I went like those. I go, I don't like this place. So, but online, it's I'm watching your video, and I'm looking, and I go, what are you fucking? Oh, you got one trophy on your shelf? You fucking idiot. I'm looking at anything, and I'm paying attention to anything else besides what I'm actually supposed to pay attention to because I want to be the first one to notice it. And I'll do it. I'll watch a video and I'll go, damn, that's a fat ass. And I go, let me see what happens. And I go to the comments and
you have been watching my TikTok.
It's literally, But that's what I'm saying is like, it's that people are just watching the shit to go like, oh, Kubla Khan pants. Like, I'm going to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
well, no, because also too, I was watching.
What does the pants actually have to do with what you're actually literally saying? Like, I'm talking about merch. You can see that I'm wearing band merch. That's all that should really signify to you. I can understand. Like, there is no politics in this. I'm just talking about merch.
Well, I realized too, it was like, because the other thing with the Kubla Khan thing is apparently like, because apparently like the lead singer and that the dude with the merch company with the dog whistle shit. You know, I think they were like boys for a minute, but like via social media, and they like brought him to a show or something. Because I remember the dude went viral initially because he made a video essentially being like, I look like the Kubla Khan guy. Because I remember Kubla Khan was going viral a while back because of like, you know, Matt Honeycutt's like on stage call outs and shit like that. And he had the video of him literally eating a banana on stage, and then other dudes were making videos like that. And I remember that's how that one dude initially went viral. And I think they linked up and he like brought him to a show, but it was literally like
But then like, oh, the guy, he like realized that the guy was like a dickhead and kind of suck. Because if you go on the dude's YouTube channel, he likes, or on his Instagram, he does suck ass. Like, don't get it wrong. The clothing company influencer guy does suck ass. And well, it was actually it was actually pretty funny too, because it was just watching a retarded guy deal with people making bad comments, where he's just in videos being like, "Oh, you think I'm a Nazi? Are you fucking retarded, man?" He's just spazzing in his car, and then just to troll people. I know he hit like as they were saying in the comments, he hit a Roman salute to like troll people, and just to be like, "Shut the fuck up," and but then they take that and they're like completely autistic about it. Yeah, that'll definitely. But no, it was something like that where it's like, whatever, it doesn't matter. He was doing it to like fuck with people. Still sucks ass, but he was doing that to fuck with people. But then it was just a thing of like, oh, this dude sucks ass, and now like they don't associate and they don't talk, and like he doesn't follow him anymore on Instagram, and it's like, okay, so yeah. Have we never met a person in real life where you go like, oh, this person's cool? Hold up, they suck ass, and then you stop being, and then it's this like autistic thing where people are like, well, he hasn't addressed it public. It's like, you want a fucking press conference? Like, fuck off. Who are you?
Who are you people? A post, from a person that you don't know, probably, or like you said, you probably know them, but like either way, you're not in relations. That sounds weird. You're not friends with them anymore. You're not friendly with them anymore, whatever it may be. Like, but it doesn't matter about any of that stuff. Even what if because that's the thing is like I know we've said this, but like there is no way to please that kind of critic or those kind of critic. The new type of thing where it's the demanding a change. I demand you address this. I demand it. Because once you start meeting demands, then it just becomes this whole thing where you're like, you're keeping up with then you have demand.
There's psychos that are never happy.
The new thing you need to atone for, the next thing you need to like, because once you've sinned, once you have worn the devil flesh of Kubla Khan, then you have been marked by the beast, and forever now you are lesser than. So every single time it needs to be addressed that he used to agree with the Kubla Khan guy, but he has addressed it and said he doesn't agree with him anymore. But he also clarified, but just to let you know that was his past. Yeah. So now you're starting in a deficit now. Yeah. You have no good faith built up. There's nothing that you can do to actually make this right. You can't ever make it right. You can't ever forgive. Well, they can forgive, quote, but they will never, ever, ever forget ever that you wore the shorts of the guy that liked the post that one time from that one guy that said that thing about that one guy we don't like.
Well, that was the thing too, because that kind of goes hand in hand of like the other thing I realized last night, because I was letting this, and I apologize. I feel like I bring this up often, and I will not bring this up anymore. I just wanted to get this out of the way because it does like, it represents a bigger thing in my head with like, I go, this is not, I was like, we all got into this because we gave a shit about not being posers, and you guys are the biggest fucking posers in the world. So that's why it like really gets in my fucking ass, dude. But to what you were saying, where it's like the deeper you get, the deeper I was like getting into like what these people were saying and stuff, like you start to realize like it is just really a uninformed, deranged type of person where it's like you were saying, it's never going to be good enough. And it's all based off of this like abstract perception of reality of like, you're so fucking special and you have all the right opinions and you deserve to be like, people deserve to come to you and go like, I'm going to make sure I'm behaving the proper way according to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you start, and then it's like, you know, I was looking up live videos and I'm like reading the comments and they're all positive there and da, da, da. And then I'm watching like live footage of like, you know, Kubla Khan, they
they were doing like the cool guy festivals, and everyone had all those festivals. They literally got like Knock Loose and all the other bands standing side stage, and they got everyone in the crowd. They were selling these like foam fingers. Everyone in the crowd's got a foam finger. Everyone's moshing really fucking hard, and you're like, it made me realize. I go like, oh, okay, this is just a deranged sect of the internet that is like, it doesn't, like, facts don't matter to them. It's all about this like weird I don't know, social justice credit that they get from just saying these things like that. And I think I hit a moment where I realized, I go like, oh, these guys aren't the majority. They're actually like a fucking borderline retarded just side chunk that you're gonna get with this stuff. And it was just bugging me, because it was just, first off, Kubakon's one of my favorite bands. And you know, I hate to see, well, it's also one other thing too, where, and some of this might be just kind of because I'm like chronically online, but I do see in the music spaces, you do get bullied online if you're not locked in to this like one specific political viewpoint, which I get you can just avoid by not being online. But unfortunately, I do all this stuff and I'm online all the time. But I guess my problem is, I think it bleeds over into like real life, where these bands, like, dude, there was this band, Thy Art Is Murder, like I think we talked about it on here, but the one guy got caught liking a Tim Pool post, and then like it like fucked with the band. I think they got rid of him. I don't remember. And it's crazy. It's like this shit bleeds into real life. So it's like, my beef, because I think we were talking, I forget if I was talking to you about it, but you know, you start to realize it's similar with a lot of these like quote unquote podcast fans, where you start to realize you're like, oh, they're just like there's just a chunk of these people that are chum on the bottom of the boat. And that's what I was realizing was going on with these fans. They're chum on the bottom of the boat. But here's the reality is, there's a lot of dudes on the boat, piloting the boat, taking care of the boat, that are letting the chum affect how they fucking pilot the boat. So if you're a fucking real fan, or if you're a fucking, like, if you're a band member, this is what I was thinking about and getting fucking pissed off about. I was like, if there's actual real life band members who fucked with Kubla Khan, and then because, you know, morons on the internet spaz, you're just kind of quietly distancing yourself, that gets me fucking pissed off. And that I go, you guys are fucking pussies and you're fucking cowards, and you can't, like, stop letting the bottom of the barrel bully you into how you're supposed to act. That's the other thing I wanted to get out. And then I'll never talk about people being mean to Kubla Khan online ever again, unless it happens again.
But yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, because it's not a matter of their ability. We went through it with the Louis shit, where it's like, you can disagree with what they say or do. That's totally fine. And you cannot be a fan or anything like that. But stop acting like there's a right or wrong in the scenario.
Yeah.
If that's how you choose to pick your art, that's one thing. But if you're criticizing other people for how they choose their art, and you're like, you're not thinking about the consequences of your actions, of like buying a Kubla Khan shorts, or my wife buying the form, you know, like receiving a gift that I enjoy, or listening to a band that I like, or anything like that. Like, the you know, the Bill Cosby thing, any other things, like, the fact that they're all put on the same level of like, you can literally drug and rape people. Or,
oh, you can? All right, dude, I'm out of here.
Yeah, how do you think I get these cats to calm down? But there's, I practice.
I'm just getting arrested. Just getting arrested, going like, no. Pat said it was okay.
Watch my podcast.
Watch my podcast, Pat. Pat's the one you want to be mad at.
I mean, he's the one that fucking did it. No, but like, you can do that. And damn, what was the fucking point I was trying to make?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You can essentially,
you can drug and rape people.
Or essentially ask them if it's okay if you jerk off in front of them.
Yeah.
Or you can like
have a weird, like a post. Yeah, that's the range. That's the range is like a post or rape women for 40 years straight.
I feel like there's the spectrum is you can go Cosby, CK's right in the middle, because it's one of those things where like I can kind of see their argument with like he's the headliner, they're the opener. I can kind of see that the power structure thing. I can kind of see it. I get it. But if he literally asks, that's where the confusion comes in. Whatever. That's why it's in the middle of the spectrum, because it's like I can see it going either way.
Well, I look at the Louis thing as almost like, imagine you were on. It's almost akin to like if you and a coworker were on a work trip, and it's like, yeah, sometimes you guys hook up, and sometimes you overshoot your wad, and you go like, oh, that was a weird thing to ask. My bad.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like it was. I don't think it was ever argued that it wasn't a weird request.
Yeah,
I think it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. I thought I did everything right. So like,
well,
I can see the confusion, but it's the fact of like, hey, it's somebody like Kubla Khan on like the very far end of the spectrum that's going like, liking a post from a guy who wrote a post about a thing that's saying like, yeah, and like like I agree with that. Not posting it, not railing against a whole party, not protesting, doing whatever the fuck that he's also allowed to do. So
well, that was the
when
not to cut you off.
On the low end of the spectrum, but you treat him, you punish him with the high end spectrum shit, the Cosby shit. You're trying to give him Cosby shit, and it's like that's why people are defending him, because he's not pulling a Cosby. I also don't agree with that. I mean, the lesser of two evils. I don't think there was a lesser of two evils. That's why I didn't vote. So like. But also, me posting that or me liking a post of somebody saying that doesn't change anything, because I still felt that way.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Well, that's a whole. From my perspective, that's a whole nother layer to it too, where I go, you don't have to agree with me, but if you can't look at that last election and go, holding your nose and thinking Trump is the better option based off of, how he campaigned versus Kamala. If you can't like be mature enough to go like, I could see why someone would do that and not also hate them. I go, you're also letting me know you have baby brain. Like you just approach topics like a baby. Oh, and then the other, you were kind of saying it too, where it's like, he didn't go out and rail against it. That was another thing I saw people say. Like there was someone online who was like, oh, he's very outspoken about politics. I go, he literally never talks about it ever.
Yeah. I've heard him talk about his grandpa more than anything.
Yeah. And I've heard him talk. I've heard him talk about his grandpa and how much he loves Indiana Jones movies. Like that's what I've heard him, and Chipotle. Like those are the three things I've heard him talk about mainly. And it's like, that's the other part you go where, that also just on a person-to-person level fascinates me when you're writing comments being like, oh, he does this all the time. And me as a super fan, I know for certain he doesn't. And you're like, that's interesting. Where does that come from? Like, just and then it makes me wonder. Yeah, I always default to stupid over lie, but yeah, it is. There's also a really good chance they're just flat out lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a good episode today, man. I hope everyone
have to piss again. It's crazy.
Well, hell yeah.
I had so much coffee.
Well, we're gonna wrap it the fuck up. Go piss out your dick. Thank you for hanging out with us today, guys. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good one.